How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some Huntress in the 2 versus 8 mode, and I've really been enjoying this game mode, apart from Legion being included, but I just find it so much more chilled than the standard 1 versus 4, and I find that I don't have to be so intensely focused when playing the game, and I think a lot of it is down to the reason why I've been trying to experiment and play more killer. You know, I have a teammate with me, and I realized that my success is not just down to me, and that kind of makes me feel better about myself and better if I don't do very well. All of these feelings have made me realize that perhaps I should just stop overthinking things, and today we're going to be talking about exactly that, talking about how overthinking could possibly hold you back from achieving your goals and dreams. Now, my whole life I've been a really big introvert, a classic overthinker, and being like this at times for sure has given me great strengths and helped me in a lot of situations, but also being like this has been a big weakness of mine. And I've always been a well thought out person. Before doing anything, I usually weigh up the pros, I usually weigh up the cons, and I've realized as I've gotten older that too much overthinking can hold you back, and it can stop you from doing the things that you want to do. I often have a lot of self-doubt, and that's led to me being stifled in school, jobs, dating, and to some extent even this YouTube channel. So let's get into some examples. Now, in high school and college, I was a big introvert, and although I wasn't terrible, I wasn't great in the social spaces either. Overall, I was a pretty well liked kid, and I was lucky to have a lot of friends and mixed in well with different parties. All of my best friends were huge extroverts, and I had one best friend, and he's still my best friend today, who was the complete opposite of me. You know, that he could talk to anyone. He could instantly become great friends with new people that he'd just met. He wanted to go out all the time, he wanted to go to house parties and do crazy things, and at least a couple of times a month in my school there would be a house party somewhere. And more often than not I would go, but of course there was the occasional time where I'd rather just stay home. Back then, I really sucked with the ladies, and I'd often find myself at these parties in a corner, talking to some other introvert about football or gaming, while I watched my best friends trying it on with the hottest girls in the school. It felt like they had no filter. They could just do anything, and they didn't think about the potential consequences of their actions. Inside, I kind of envied them. I kept thinking that if I could just have a sliver of the confidence that they had, then I'd be in a much better place. It was great that my best friends tried to pull me away from being an introvert, but it also worked both ways. As someone who was more of an analytical thinker and thought about the pros and cons before doing things, they appreciated me having me around and bringing some kind of balance to their lives and letting them know when they were being dumb or making stupid decisions. My best friend always told me that I overthink too much and that my inaction is just costing me. I've always remembered this line, and I think it's been true. Now, like I said, we've remained best friends for our whole lives, but I would say the way that he's lived his life has made him happier than me. The way he lived his life meant he was able to find his career path sooner, he was able to date girls and settle down sooner, and able to do all the things that society says you should do as you get older. Now, over the years, I've spent less time overthinking, and though I'm happy and at peace with who I am as a person, I still have tendencies to overthink from time to time. For example, let's take this YouTube channel for example. Now, I first created this account in 2021 with the ideas of doing this or some other type of content. I remember my now ex-girlfriend helped me with the channel design, and she was so supportive during that time, but I just ended up overthinking too much. I think so far things have been going really well, and I can definitely notice some nice traction and growth even as a small content creator. It makes me kick myself for not starting 3 or so years ago, and I often think about where I could be today if I just did the thing back then. Even now, I still overthink about it, and I always think, do I sound stupid? I mean, probably yes. Do I even make any sense? Probably not. And who am I to talk about these topics when I still haven't figured everything out in life myself? Now, if I start talking about deep topics and struggles with my life, then how will people on the internet perceive me? I wish I'd started sooner, but I was too busy overthinking all these things, and if my videos were dumb, or if anyone would find them interesting or helpful. Now, I always worry about how I'm perceived, which is a big shortcoming of mine, and I haven't even told my best friends or family about this YouTube channel yet, and I'm not sure why, but maybe they would just find it weird. And I think one thing that's helped me the last few years is that I have a work colleague that always mentions to me that if I worry about what other people think, and yeah, maybe this person will laugh at you or something will backfire and you'll be laughed at for 10 minutes, but by the end of the day, they'll forget everything and they'll be back to focusing on their own problems in their own lives. So lastly today, I'd like this to be a message to you guys and to anyone who's made it this far. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, stop doubting yourself. If there's something you want to do, then just go and do it. It's time for less overthinking and more action. Not everything needs such thorough thought process. Thanks for watching, and if you like this kind of content, then please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.